Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Occasionally I get someone who tells me or asks me to make a video, and if I think it makes sense, I'll make a video. So this was a review of the Reviv or Revive Mouthguard slash TMJ TMD system, and I am just saying what they're saying. I'm not saying this is really a legit thing. If you are from the company Reviv, I am going to reach out to you. But in any case, usually DTC companies do not contact me back. So, look, this is not a disparaging review. If anyone from Revive wants this taken down, all you have to do is have your C suite team reach out to me. You don't need to have your lawyers reach out to me. Just say, hey, can you take this down? But to be honest, this is not going to be a disparaging video. It's just going to be a video about what they're talking about and saying it actually is a legit thing. So it'll probably more than anything get them more business. So I'm assuming they'll probably leave this up because all traffic to their website is positive traffic when you're a DTC company. Trust me, I know. So okay, so when I first went into this, someone said, should I buy this? And I said, I'm not going to tell you to buy stuff or not, but I will review it and I'll go in and see what they said and see if it makes sense. So basically, it's a series of mouth guards. I'm not even going to put out what they have. Yes, these are screenshots from their website. I did clip them. I didn't feel like remaking them. Basically, they're comparing their product to Myobrace, MRC, which is a company I am fairly familiar with. I'm more familiar with Healthy Start and New Concept. But yeah, I would say Healthy Start and Myobrace are legitimate companies, and UConcept for helping with mild functional issues. Of course, assuming that your tissues are the right stretchiness and the right length and your fascia has been stretched. It's only going to work if everything is properly right anatomically, right? That will help you hopefully nasal breathe. You can watch all my content I have on biotrainers. So just put up the keyword biotrainers, go into my channel and watch everything. So I'm not going to explain what these do. Um, Now, I do know that at least Healthy Start owns a lot of the patents in this space. So anytime I see another company that's going DTC, and I do, as much as I may have issues with their company, and I've been a long time before it since I made anything favorable or not favorable because we've been involved in litigation in the past. So this is not unfavorable in any means. So, if the family that owns it wants to come to try to sue me again, they're more than welcome to or they can ask me to take this down as well. I don't really care because this is actually favorable towards Healthy Start. So again, people who have not been nice to me, I'm hesitating to make this content, but I think it's legit content, and a lot of you guys are asking. So no, I mean, at least Healthy Start is an actual class 2 medical device, and I'm going to give them that. And Myobrace. You can't just go as a consumer and buy one. And I give them credit for that. It has to be registered and distributed by a dentist or oral physician of some sort. So good for those companies for doing things correctly. So for that reason, they get my support. This is not going to get my support because you can't have a series of biotrainers that people can just diagnose and buy online because too many terrible things can happen. I mean, how do we even know this is right for you, right? So in this case, Ken was saying, I used a flat mouth guard for the last 4 years. What's a flat mouth guard? Okay, so let's explain this stuff more. I mean, if you're really having TMJ, TMD issues, you need to go to the only dentist that can definitively is trained to manage this. And a lot of dentists have taken extra courses. Legitimately, if your dentist is trained in COIS, that doesn't mean just taking one COIS. They need to be let finish the course. Usually they'll have some type of certificate if they have KOIS. Even Spear might be okay, but I would say mostly COIS or Panky. COIS or Panky are the two companies that I would recommend if they have finished, if they're going regularly to COIS and Panky courses and they're paying their yearly subscription. I mean, it's not cheap. I mean, those doctors, I totally, I've seen their work. It's amazing. So yes, any prosthodontist, probably fine as well. So COIS or Panky trained doctor, they have to have finished the courses. I don't know how you check on that. You can contact COIS or Panky if you want to know. If they're a prosthodontist, which is a recognized specialty, I would trust them to manage this. Yes. The other specialist I would recognize to manage this would be an oral pain specialist, which is a legitimate specialty since 2020, according to the American Dental Association. Oral pain is the 12th dental specialty. Those are the only three. One, two, three. If it's not them, no. And so it's not me. I'm an orthodontist. If I'm told that the TMJ, the shift is gone, everything like that, I can do things in, interceptive ortho easy. But once we're in the adult space, no. They're either going to a COIS doctor, a Panky doctor, a prosthodontist, or they're going to an oral pain specialist. That's where they're going. And once they are safe and ready for ortho, then one of these people will sign off, then I can go ahead and do ortho now. That's how I do it. That's all I can tell you. So a lot of things that were talked about here in terms of what's going on, and what this can do. So let me just go over a few high points. First of all, he's talking about TMJ or TMD decompression. Unless it's a coist, panky, prosthodontist, or oral pain specialist, no, don't buy stuff over the counter. I mean, you know how much damage you could do to your jaws and face? That's kind of crazy. This is basically oral myofunctional therapist work. I would not be doing this DTC. That is insane. Surgical, there's also surgical decompression. We're not doing that. Just so much stuff that you need to know about how mouth guards can decompress the jaw. So basically, a mouth guard is acting as a vertical separation, a physical barrier preventing teeth from fully interlocking. This opens the bite slightly, which can take the direct pressure off the discs in the jaw joint, right? This can also help to interrupt muscle memory or clenching or grinding or bruxism. It allows the masseter and temporalis muscles to relax into a more neutral state, reducing the compressive forces that exert on the joint. This is theoretically, of course, as well as it can help to lead to more joint stability, right? There's all different types of decompressing appliances. You've got your occlusal splints, which are flat plane guards, which is covering all the teeth. I think that's what Ken is talking about here is an occlusal splint. Again, no one's buying splints online. Are you crazy? These have to be custom. As well as repositioning splints, which are made to help to guide the lower jaw forward and downward to help to recapture a displaced joint or disc. Again, if you do this and it's not indicated, it's not being monitored and adjusted, you will have a weird bite later, and or you could totally damage your jaw joints. Remember, jaw joints are not unlike a knee joint or an elbow joint or a hip joint in that there's a lot of complex factors. There's bone, there's ligaments, there's cartilage, there's soft tissue, there's muscle. So if you doing strange things with it that aren't meant to be, you're going to damage it and you might need surgery later, and that might not be covered by insurance, especially stuff having to do with the mouth and orthodontics. So be cautious. There's also anterior deprogrammers. These are small devices that fit only on the front teeth. They relax the back teeth from touching, and inhibit the jaw muscles from clenching with a full force. So your repositioning splints and your anterior deprogrammers for sure can cause weird bite things. So I mean, if you do this, your bite might get really, really weird permanently, and we might not be possible to do orthodontics later. So keep that in mind. So they should only be dispensed by a proper licensing oral physician or dentist who's been trained in the ways I'm telling you, as well as that you need to be regularly monitored for side effects. So these are the things I want to share with you. And the other thing I was kind of horrified by is like, in the website, they kind of mentioned it was like mewing or a mewing mouth guard. I saw it somewhere and I was like, whoa. Mewing, I believe, is a trademark that's owned by John Mew and or Orthotropics, I believe. If they haven't trademarked mewing, they're insane, because somebody definitely has, because it is a urban legend dictionary thing now. Everybody knows what mewing is, especially anyone under age 20. So this is not mewing. This is not a mewing mouth guard. And I'm quite sure John Mew has passed, but Mike Mew, and even his friend Simon Wong, and Simon listens to my content, would say nah to this. So Simon, if you're listening to this, feel free. Give Mike Mew an elbow, because I know that you guys are friends. Tell him to listen to this. And I would love Mike Mew and or Orthotropics Company to comment on this video. That would be awesome. Say, nope, I agree with you. I might even tag him in LinkedIn, but I know he's super famous right now. All right, thanks so much.